Hey guys, Luke Hillis here, Jack Baits Pro Staff and Full Boat Bait Representative. I want to talk to y'all today about a pretty frequently asked question I get, and that's the type of setups I use for different situations, rods and reels and line and whatnot, for some of the different ways of fishing that I do. First off, frog fishing. I do a lot of frog fishing. Anybody that goes fishing with me knows this. I throw a frog in a lot of places other people wouldn't. If water temperature is above 60, I usually got a frog on the front deck. It doesn't matter what lake I'm at. It's a really good tactic. Gets a bigger bite. A lot of guys don't do it, so sometimes you throw it in places the fish don't normally see them, so they really like it. But this is my frog rod. It's a Mojo Bass. St. Croix makes it. It is their swim bait version, as you see here. It's a 7'9" heavy. The reason I like this rod for frog fishing is the length of the butt. As you can see here, compared to a normal rod, the butt length is a couple inches longer. This allows me to get the butt of this rod into my ribs. I'm pretty tall, long arms, so with a normal rod, when I set the hook, the butt of the rod doesn't come into my ribs like this one does. That allows me to get some good leverage on the fish if I'm fishing mat or even in open water, to get a good strong hook set in that fish. That is key to frog fishing. It's a good strong hook set. This rod does not give a whole lot. I was using it cheap the other day and caught a couple big ones, and it has always performed very well for me. You can see here I got a frog on it now. This is the Spro walking frog, the bronze-eye. I believe the colors are red ear. Ain't got a whole lot of paint left. It's got quite a few fish. It's one of my favorite colors to throw in the Spro. It has a 50-pound Power Pro braid line on it. I love the Power Pro braid. Never had any problems. 50 pounds, about all I use, no matter what. This has in my opinion, the only reel that is worth the money to buy, and that is a Lew's. This is the 7 to 5 to 1 gear ratio Lew's. I love Lew's reels. You're going to see a lot of them in this video. I have 5 or 6 of this same identical reel here, and I've never had any problems out of them. Good fast gear ratio, lets you catch up when you're frog fishing in a mat or something. You can winch them out of heavy cover. Never have any problems with it. Then we'll come to flipping. A lot of guys flip. That is a very good way to catch fish. When it comes to flipping, I use this rod here in majority of the time in open cover to some heavy cover. I have a longer rod I use in thick mats and stuff, but this is a 7-foot heavy Abu Garcia Veritas. It performs well. I like a heavy, get that strong backbone, but I like a shorter rod around docks and things like that, so I can skip it better or put it in places that I need it to put. This has 17-pound Berkley Vanish fluorocarbon on it. I love flipping fluorocarbon. Strong, no stretch. You can see here has a jig on it from the past couple days I fished. This is actually a 3/8 ounce dock rock made by Jack Baits. It is the watermelon purple version, and it has a crawfish, a watermelon candy crawfish made by Full Boat Baits hanging off of it. I've painted chartreuse, painted tail chartreuse. Very good setup there. I catch a lot of fish on that setup right there. And you can see this pole also has a Lew's on it. This is the more expensive. This is the Tournament Pro version here. This is a little more expensive setup. It has the bigger gears compared to the other one. I like it, so whenever I'm fishing heavy cover or something, I know it's going to be, the strength is going to be there. I really love this reel. It is 7 to 1 gear ratio. Has a little bit bigger handle on it, so I can get a little bit better winch out of them on it. But and that's what I use to flip cover, flip jigs, or something with. Alright, we'll go to crankbaits now. A lot of guys throw crankbaits. It's a good way to catch fish. This is my #1 crankbait rod. It's a 7-foot cranking series by Duckett, the Micro Magic. I love this rod. It has a very good tip on it. You can watch the crankbait wiggle the tip, and you can feel the bottom good. You know when the bite's there or when it ain't there. I have it paired with a Quantum KVD tour reel. It's the Cranking Classic. It's a 5 to 3 to 1 gear ratio. You like a little bit slower reel when it comes to crankbaits. You ain't got to slow your retrieve down. I can really crank this hard, and I know that crankbait's not going to run away from it. But I can also, it has good gear ratio, so I know if I get a big one on, I can do what I want with them. I use a 12-pound Berkley Vanish fluorocarbon when I'm throwing crankbait. It doesn't matter if I'm throwing a crankbait around the house in 5 foot of water with a square bill, or if I'm at Chickamauga in 25 foot of water fishing for big fish. I throw 12-pound fluorocarbon. If I think I have a chance at hooking up on a big one, I'll just loosen my drag up and I'll just fight them down on the way to the boat. I like 12-pound. It lets that crankbait really wiggle and work, and it lets me get down deep with that crankbait as well. It's a good rod for crankbait. But if I know I'm going to be throwing a 20 plus, 25 plus foot crankbait, or some big crankbait like that that's going to have a lot of pull down on it or something, I'll switch to this rod. This is a little bit longer. This is 7.6. It's a Rick Clunn. This is the Murky Water Square Bill Edition is what this one's called. It has a real fast tip on it, but it's got a little bit more backbone than the Duckett does. I just have a Bass Pro Shops Pro Qualifier on this one. No, not a special reel, just one I had in the boat. I don't throw this rod a whole lot, but it does stay in the boat. If I have that application to throw a big, heavy crankbait or swim bait or something like that I need a little bit stronger rod than that Duckett is, because the Duckett's very flimsy for cranking. And this is the big rod. This is the rod you can see here. I was using it cheap the other day punching. It's got 1.5 ounce tungsten weight, a punching skirt, and a creature bait that's also watermelon candy by Full Boat Baits. And this rod is an Abu Garcia Veritas 7'11" extra heavy. This rod will not give. It doesn't matter if you're in the middle of a mat. 10-pounder on it will not give. And I like that. It's strong backbone. If I'm flipping, if I'm not at a grass lake and I'm around heavy cover, or if I'm at a lake that don't have as much cover or something, I'll switch the line out, put 17-pound fluorocarbon on it, and I'll put a bigger jig on it than what I would my other Veritas. And that way I have that strong backbone. If I want to throw it in deep water in a real heavy cover situation, I'll use this rod. It also has a loose reel on it. This is also the 7-to-5 gear ratio, just like the frog rod. I like the fast gear ratio. Allows me to pick up that slack if I'm flipping and winch them out of that cover very quickly. 50-pound Power Pro braid. Like I said, that's all the braid I use. It doesn't matter what application I got going. That's the big rod. And now, for people that don't want to specify their rods for certain things, this is about one of the best all-around rods you can ask for. I have 2 of these. They're identical. And this one actually has a Texas rig on it from night fishing last night. And this is a 7-foot Ghost, Duckett Ghost. It's a medium heavy. It also has a loose 7-to-5 gear ratio, just like the big rod does and the frog rod. It currently has a 14-pound monofilament on it for black light night fishing. But this rod you can take and do anything with. You don't have to specify. You can throw a crankbait. You can throw a Texas rig. You can flip with it. You can do anything. If you're looking for just a good all-around solid rod, this is it. I mean, you can do anything with these rods. A medium heavy. It doesn't have to be a Duckett. Duckett is a great company. I love their rods, but I know they're expensive. Any medium heavy 7 to 7.6 rod, you're going to be able to do anything you want with. It doesn't matter. They're the best all-around rods. But give us a like on Facebook, Full Boat Baits, and Jack Baits. You can go on jackbaits.com and order up their great jig company. As you can tell, this is, like I said, the Dot Rock version and the crawfish from Full Boat Baits. Give them a like. You can use discount code HILLIS1 on Jack Baits. That's capital H. And they give you a 10% discount on your order. Full Boat Baits, go to Facebook. They customize, both companies can customize colors to jigs or soft plastics. Full Boat Baits can make anything you would like in the colors. They have 20 or so varieties of different baits that they make. And let them know I sent you. And I hope this helps y'all. Good luck.